What's up, YouTube? My name's Lonnie Hogan from homebusinessidehustle.com, and this is a video for January 2nd, 2020. So, we just had New Year's. Mine was pretty good. I hope yours was too. A little under a $300 night. Not quite what I was hoping it would be, but still the best night that I've ever had in one night of driving rideshare, which at this point is still a new thing for me. I'm still under 500 rides. I've only been doing this for about 2 months, and it's a part-time gig because I'm an affiliate marketer and I'm doing a number of other things for income too. But got to tell you, I'm really starting to like rideshare. It's great just for nothing else, getting me out of the house, and it's great for a lot of other good things too, which I'll be talking about in future videos. But in this video, what I really wanted to do for you is just first of all give a quick little breakdown of how New Year's went for me, and so you can benchmark how it went for you and whether or not New Year's Eve is worth doing. It wasn't quite as much as I was expecting, but then again my expectations were a little bit probably lofty. I was hoping for a $500 night. I was told that was possible. I'm in a major metropolitan area, the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and so I was hoping that it would be a little bigger than it was. And for me, the biggest thing that was kind of a surprise was the surges. Just while they were there, they just weren't as basically as profitable and lucrative as I thought they'd be. I mean, I'd heard rumors of 20, 30 dollar surges and higher. I don't think I saw anything above maybe a 10, and so that was a little surprising to me. They were there, they were just like, but they were $2, $5, $10, stuff like that, and about $50 in tips for the night. Okay, which given the number of rides that I did, which was I guess I should have counted them up, but it was definitely over 10 rides, but under 20. Probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 15 rides. Okay, but I'm using funny math here, so fuzzy math. So, but $50 in tips, and then the promos worked out to be about $40, I think, and then the regular fares for the rides. Overall, a couple of quick things that if I was doing it all over again, I'd do different. So first of all, I probably did not get started early enough in the evening. I didn't get started out on the roads till about 8 o'clock, and from what I'm seeing, there's actually a lot of money to be made even before that. 5, 6, 7 o'clock, people are going out for dinner and stuff like that. So I didn't capitalize on a lot of that opportunity. In fact, I think it was coming up on midnight, and I still, I had just made just right around $100, and it was midnight at that point, and I was like, wow, I mean, the next few hours better be good, and they were, so it worked out to be okay. But if getting started earlier, I was of the mindset that you wanted to start no earlier than 8 o'clock and work your way up till 4 a.m. I did work till 4 a.m., but I could have started earlier. The other big thing is really watching the traffic and knowing that while you want to be where the action is, you also have to be cognizant of where you can get so clogged up that you can't make it to a rider. I actually had that happen where I got a ride request, and it was probably I think it said it was like 9 minutes away, which, to me, it's like, I'd much rather be getting these, a little bit closer, but I don't say no to rides at this point in the game. And so I said yes to the ride. I got out on the road, and it was pretty clear looking at the traffic that there was no way I was going to get to this rider in 9 minutes. Okay, so I ate up my 9 minutes, and then if I had followed the directions of the app, it was actually telling me to get off at an exit that when I looked at that exit, we're talking an absolute sea of brake lights, and there were police officer and some kind of an accident, massive traffic jam. And I started to slow down to get off, and I thought, no way. If I get off there, I'm stuck for the next hour probably. So I went ahead and just abandoned the navigation route and went to the next exit. And so then it rerouted like it does. But shortly thereafter, the rider canceled the ride. Okay, and at this point, I should have been to him probably 4 or 5 minutes ago. I was about 15 minutes into getting to where this rider was, but the app started off by telling us both that I'd be there in 9 minutes. Well, something was off because I guess just with the traffic, they weren't able to anticipate and adjust the algorithms for the delayed times that would come with traffic jams. And so that was a real lesson for me because working the Dallas-Fort Worth area, I haven't run into a whole lot of issues with traffic. And I think Dallas, if I drove Dallas more often, I'd run into that more frequently. But just because I'm mostly a Fort Worth driver, that just isn't something that I really had enough experience with yet. And lesson learned, you want to be cognizant of the traffic, selecting your rides, what you're willing to do and go to based on where you can get through versus where there's too much congestion, and also recognizing that if you've got more than, say, 4 or 5 minutes to get to the rider, you've got to also calculate that, okay, the traffic conditions have to be ideal in order for that to be reliable. And so lesson learned there. But now that New Year's Eve is over and I've got enough experience with this, I've done a few case studies with it, I'm really ready to take rideshare to a whole new level, and I'd love to invite you to go on that journey with me. So I started a blog and a YouTube channel called The Home Business Side Hustle. I talk about all kinds of different side hustles and home business opportunities, help people to understand what's legit from what's kind of scammy, and to really help to educate people on the best ways to make money now utilizing the gig economy. I've done all kinds of different things, from substitute teaching to funny money casinos for parties, to teaching children how to speak English online, affiliate marketing. I've made my money and make my money in a lot of different ways. And I only brought rideshare into the mix just recently, partially because I was kind of fascinated with it. Rideshare got started when I was living overseas, so I came back to a different world somewhat. But also because, I'd had a theory that, the leverage that this can give you is profound. While I don't think the money is all that great, okay, the money is good enough for what it needs to do. It's not great money, but what you get in terms of control over your time and selecting your own schedule and immediate cash flow and the ability to make some money and immediately put it into your bank account, to me, that's huge for an entrepreneur. So if you're an entrepreneurial person and if you're looking for the best ways to leverage things like rideshare or teaching children English from the overseas, I don't know if you're aware, but that's a huge thing. So I got some videos on that. And if you're interested in all the different ways that you can make money without having a traditional job, then stay tuned. I've got a lot to share and a lot to teach. Okay, so that's all for now. I just wanted to kind of introduce myself and share some thoughts about the New Year's Eve ride, and wish you all the best for 2020. All right, cheers.